Tonight at 6, fatal house fire. At least 3 people confirmed dead, 3 missing. Flames tearing through a Maryland home this morning. The latest from investigators and neighbors as that tragedy unfolds. Crime crackdown, reports of disruptive crowds and a shooting overnight in D.C. Just a Navyyard. Police slapping down yet another curfew. Trump targets D.C. The president's concerns from crime to graffiti and homelessness. The state of violent crime by the numbers ahead of a press conference from the White House announcing action.
And it's been another beautiful day here for your Sunday. Lots of sunshine. Will that trend continue into the start of a new work week? Well, stick around. I'll have that answer coming up.
Tax-free week, from back-to-school savings to sprucing up your wardrobe. The money-saving opportunities you certainly don't want to miss.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good Sunday evening. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 6 o'clock. I'm Ben Dennis. We begin tonight with breaking news. At least 3 people confirmed dead, 3 more missing after a massive house fire broke out this morning in Maryland. We are on scene working to learn more from investigators. Charles County officials rushed to North Declaration Court in Waldorf around 8:40 this morning. Reports at the time, people trapped inside. As heavy flames engulfing the home, we're told it quickly became a 2-alarm fire. Just before 1 this afternoon, officials confirmed 2 people were found dead as they look for more victims. At 3 o'clock, the state fire marshal said a 3rd person was found dead. 3 more remain missing.
There was a lot of black smoke, and I didn't see any fire until I passed, and I looked in my rearview mirror and saw the fire on the. It looked like the back porch was on fire, but the smoke was really heavy.
We typically don't see multi-fatal fires anywhere throughout the state. So this is extremely tragic. It's extremely devastating to us, the investigators, the community, the neighborhood. So this is one of the ones that we really want to provide answers to the family and to the neighborhood.
Last official update from authorities, a search team involving a canine will continue working into the night as this tragic story develops. Of course, stay with us on air and online as we learn more. Overnight in the nation's capital, crowds of young people were driven out of Navyyard after a shooting. Police shone flashlights into small crowds and ordered people to leave. One neighbor felt the need to document what he witnessed, including what he says sounded like gunshots, and then seeing all the trash that was left behind. D.C. police say they were monitoring a large group of teens on M Street there around 9:30. That's when they say they saw a boy fire a gun toward that group. Nobody was hit, thankfully. Police say that boy was arrested. The gun was stolen from outside the district. It all comes as D.C. police continue implementing new efforts to fight crime, including establishing curfews at various times in various places. And as a result of last night's incident in Navyyard, police imposing a widespread juvenile curfew. This zone east of South Capitol Street and south of I-695. Anybody under 17 years old is barred from gathering in a group of more than 9 people in public spaces. In effect tonight from 8 until 11, and again for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday nights for this area. Then a citywide curfew is in effect from 11 p.m. until 6 a.m. the next morning for those days. Meantime, President Trump is teasing a press conference for tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. to address D.C. crime. He says it's out of hand and he wants to fix it, along with cracking down on homelessness and cleaning up the city. Today, saying in a series of social media posts, "I'm going to make our capital safer and more beautiful than it ever was before. The homelessness have to move out immediately. We will give you places to stay, but far from the Capitol. The criminals, you don't have to move out. We're going to put you in jail where you belong. It's all going to happen very fast." And in a separate post saying, quote, "The mayor of D.C., Muriel Bowser, is a good person who has tried, but she has been given many chances and the crime numbers get worse. And the city only gets dirtier and less attractive." Well, while Mr. Trump claims the D.C. crime rate has been rising recently, the data from D.C. police tell a different story. Violent crime is down 26% so far this year, according to the latest figures published Friday. Police also say that violent crime dropped 35% from 2023 to 2024. So, how does D.C.'s violent crime rate so far this year compared to Los Angeles and New York City? which the president has targeted in the past over crime. According to data from those police departments and calculated for every 100,000 residents, D.C.'s homicide rate exceeds L.A. and New York. Same goes for D.C.'s rate of robberies. However, the district's rate of assaults and rapes for every 100,000 people are below L.A. and New York. Coming up at 6:30, Mayor Bowser responding to the president's push for more crime reform in D.C., what she has to say about his claim that crime has only gotten worse in the nation's capital, which again, according to D.C. police data, is false. All right, switching gears over to meteorologist Scott Sumner. Scott, tied up with a bow, pretty in pink. It was a beautiful gift to us with this awesome weather we had this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, you can't dial up a better weekend than we had this weekend, especially for the month of August, which is typically a hot and humid month across the area here. And as far as the numbers, 84 degrees, sunny skies are being seen outside right now. And as far as the temperatures, they're going to be taking a bit of a dip as we go throughout the next 12 hours, as Dean here will drop out of the 80s by mid-evening. Stay in the 70s through midnight and then drop below that into the middle and upper 60s here around 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Now, as we turn the page and going into tomorrow may be a little hotter as this area of high pressure continues to slide a little further to the south and east. Our wind direction is going to shift, and wind direction is very important around this area with regards to how temperatures fare. This is what we're looking at for tonight here. Once we drop out of the 80s, we'll be into, like I said, the 70s or right at 70 at midnight and into the middle and upper 60s when you wake up tomorrow morning if you're an early riser. So the weather headlines here, another dry night ahead. We've got a slightly hotter and more humid Monday to start off the work week. Rain and storms return midweek, and of course we're always watching the tropics during hurricane season. We'll talk about that and the full weather coming up in just a bit. Ben?
All right, Scott, we'll see you in a few. All new tonight, at least 5 people are without a home after flames erupted inside a townhouse in Manassas last night. Crews say it happened on White Moss Drive near the Manassas Mall. Check out this photo. Flames at the time could be seen coming from the back of the house. We're told everybody inside got out. However, one person was taken to the hospital, though with non-life-threatening injuries. The townhouse and the home next door had extensive damage. They're considered unsafe to live in, naturally so. The 5 people displaced are being helped by the Red Cross. Developing now, a controversial Confederate memorial removed from Arlington National Cemetery 2 years ago is coming back as President Trump continues to reverse what he calls erasing American history. Our Max Marcilla has the latest on when it's returning.
Less than 2 years ago, this statue was pulled down and brought to a warehouse in Virginia. The Confederate statue stood in Arlington National Cemetery since 1914, but an independent commission ordered its removal. The cemetery's own website describes it as offering a nostalgic, mythologized version of the Confederacy with highly sanitized depictions of slavery. Now it's coming back.
These are racist depictions of people who were traitors to their country.
American University professor Ome Congo Dibinga is calling out the Trump administration's decision. Others sharing a different tune.
If they were taken away, they should be put back.
Sharing the news on social media, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says, unlike the left, we don't believe in erasing American history, we honor it, calling those who took it down woke lemmings.
Pete Hegseth talks about, this is about, getting rid of the woke lemmings and who want to rewrite history. This is rewriting history.
Either way, it'll take time and cost money. ANC officials say it won't come back until 2027. The Associated Press reports it'll cost roughly $10 million.
I get a little bit worried if we have important historical things that happen and then we don't have them places where we can see them. Having them in places where we honor, where we are honoring people or honoring events, that makes it a little more questionable.
Our Max Marcilla reporting that some of the biggest criticisms of the statue come for the way it depicts the so-called, quote, faithful slave. The Associated Press says when it's reinstalled, there will be new panels to provide context. It's unclear, though, what it will say. All right, on the move. Amtrak is promising travelers in the district a faster ride. The rail system says the next generation Acela train can travel 60 miles per hour. That's 10 miles per hour faster than older models. 5 of the new trains debut later this month, not far along, and will take people from D.C. to New York and Boston. Amtrak says the new models will have more seats, free Wi-Fi, we like that, expanded food options, and offer a smoother, more quiet ride. And coming to a bus stop near you, real-time arrival displays in Montgomery County. The rollout started this summer, and Artosa Fakile tells us just how riders are adjusting to this change.
One of the best things that's been done in Montgomery County as far as for transportation for the people here within the whole Montgomery County.
Mr. McCall is definitely a fan of this technology. Digital display shows real-time bus arrival information and has an audio readout and text-to-speech button.
Senior citizen builder here, and it helps them a lot. I think it's really accurate, it's convenient, cuts down a lot of worry when the bus is going to come.
Montgomery County Department of Transportation is putting the displays at 100 bus stops. They've already put in 50 of them. And these real-time screens will be at bus stops that see the highest number of riders.
It's very difficult, especially during the winter. You have to wait. Sometimes it didn't come on time, but that right there, oh man, it's accurate.
Artosa Fakile happening now. It is Maryland's tax-free week, already underway. There are no sales tax on clothes under $100, and the first $40 you spend on a backpack will be tax-free. Good for the kids headed back to school. The savings all throughout this week. They continue through Saturday, August the 16th. Also happening right now in Maryland, the 76th annual Montgomery County Fair. More than 20 carnival rides. There are contests, live music. Tickets to get into the gate are $18, and you have to pay for ride credits. You will have to pay to park at the fairgrounds. However, shuttle buses are running from both Montgomery College locations. The fair runs until Saturday, the 16th. All right, 3 police dogs from the DMV are semifinalists in a national competition. Peyton, Tiller, and Bubba among 5 dogs nationwide competing to win the American Humane Society's annual Hero Dog Awards. Bubba and Peyton serve with the D.C. Police Department. Tiller is a support dog for local airports. They're recognized for bravery, precision, and service. You can vote for them and other dogs through September the 15th on our website. Oh my gosh, look at that bloodhound. Who wouldn't love that face? Head to our website, dcnewsnow.com. Coming up, helping you stretch your dollar. Just where you can save this week on grocery essentials like ground beef and eggs. 612 live look across the district, looking mighty fine, getting near that golden hour as we're calling it. Scott is, of course, tracking your forecast. Those summer temps headed back in our direction. We'll be right back.